Hello, welcome back to my shop. We're going to continue disassembling our poor little radio here. You'll notice here's one of the boxes that I was talking about. There's capacitors in there. You'll notice that I've taken the other one out of here already. But we're going to show you how to get these things out. Okay, to give us a little bit more room in here, what I'm going to do is take off this volume control here. So in order to do that, we've got to turn it up on its side. Let me see if we got you in frame there, and we don't. How about now? Ah, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna just take this nut off here. I'm not going to take the wires off the back of this for hopefully obvious reasons, because I gotta remember where the wires go. Okay, there's one. Let's bring this baby down again. There we go. There's my little pointer pencil here. So this is the baby we're going to take out. Not rocket science here, that's for sure, but it is in there a little bit. Okay, that should give us plenty of room. Okay, now when we take out this box, you'll notice there's a huge solder blob there and a huge solder blob there. Now these are what's holding this box onto the chassis. And also, there's a common lead between the two capacitors which are connected to this. So this is actually completing a circuit there. So we have a few choices there. We can try to use one of these, but it's not going to happen. We can try one of these, but it's not going to happen. What we are going to do is use one of these. Now, maybe later on we'll get into why this is going to work the best, but in the meantime, we're just going to clean this up a little bit. Okay, this might take a while. So what we're going to do is get our handy dandy little solder sucker here. It's getting there, but not too quick. But you just have to have patience. Actually, that's not too bad. We might be able to pull that apart. Let's go after this other one here. Try to get these wires out. Now the small iron that I showed you is a 70 watt. The heat gun is 150 watt. Or I should say the soldering gun is 150 watt. And this one, I'm not quite sure, but I think it's somewhere around 200 watt. Wattage doesn't always mean how hot it's going to get. Because all three of these irons will get just as hot as the other one. The only problem is, let me see here. I don't know, can you still see in there? Barely. Okay. The only problem is mass. The little pencil iron, there's no way that it can heat up all of this. The heat gun, pretty much the same thing. Let's see if we can pull this out. There it goes. And we can always clean the rest of that up later. Okay. Now let's see what we can do with the bottom one. Okay. Much easier to clean these up later than trying to mess with them inside here. The more you mess in here, the faster the chance is that it's going to damage something else. Okay, now we've got I don't know if you can see that, but let's see if you can. Alright, can you see this? This is that wire wound resistor that was broken. So this is going to have to come out, but we can do that the easy way. We'll just snip it here for now. Boy, that stuff's like hairs. And actually only one wire here. Crop that real close. And there we go. Okay, where are you at here? Boy, am I bad at this. Tell you what, let me put that in one spot. Let me take you down off of here and we'll get a little closer look. Okay. Now here's our little cap box. You can see the two terminals are connected together, and then the resistor is connected off of one side. So chances are pretty good that these capacitors are hooked up in parallel. Well, let's pull this thing apart and see what we've got. I'm going to have to put you down for a minute and then we'll get this going. Okay, had to put you back up on the tripod there. Alright, I bent these little tabs out so that I could get this off. And this is really stuck in there. Yeah, we don't need that anyway. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Well, it's not gonna cooperate. Ooh, this thing's burnt. There must have been a short in that one. Okay, plan B. Okay, what we're going to have to do is use the old heat gun and heat this up. Now this is going to be noisy, so if I find out it's too noisy while editing it, I'll play some nice elevator music for you. Now what do you think? You think I'll get lucky in the first try and not have to heat it up anymore? Let's see here. Oh, look at that! Oh, lucky, lucky, lucky. Okay, now you see there is a wire connected from the capacitors into the can. I don't know, can you see that? There we go. So we're going to snip that. Some tar in there. I don't know if they actually use a tar, but whatever it is, it melts like tar. Okay, well, instead of pulling this one apart, I pull the other one apart. And this is what it looks like inside. Two capacitors side by side. Oop, sorry. Two capacitors side by side. Alright, let me zoom out a little bit. Alright, little technical difficulties there. Alright, so this is a capacitor, an electrolytic capacitor. You'll notice that I mentioned the foil before. That's this, right here, foil. And this is the dielectric, which is a paper impregnated with something. And it's very, very thin. Almost I hate to say it, but almost like gossamer. And you're going to be surprised at how much of this stuff is on there. If it comes off all right. There we go. This stuff hasn't seen the light of day for over 80 years. Giving me a hard time here. Let's try that. Alright, well, we might just speed through this and save us all a little time. Well, save you a little time. It wouldn't take me the same amount of time. Okay, I thought you'd like to come back and see the last part of it. We see the magical inside of this thing. And this is really going to surprise everybody. Well, maybe not everybody. But it is interesting what's inside of here. At the very, very core. Kind of like the center of the universe. Almost there. Be patient. It's coming. And there it is, folks. Nothing. This whole thing is just foil and dielectric. So let's see what we've got here. And this here, and this here, whoops. And there you have it. That's what's inside a capacitor. Not impressed, huh? Okay, well let me clean this up and wash my hands and we'll be back.